Welcome, everybody. It's Instigators basketball night. I'm your host, Frosty, here with my co-host, Jakey Muffins. Jakey, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing well. I'm looking forward to this. We're just about the halfway point in the season now.
Yeah, after this game, we will be halfway done. This time at 10 games. Last year, we were halfway done at 8 games, which is awesome that we're going to play a full season this year. Playing against the Nashville Aces, who I believe have only lost one game going into this game.
Mhm.
Really talented team. We had a heck of a game against them. I don't know if you remember this early in the season last year, in November. Lost that game, I think, by 12 or so. At one point, we're down more than 20. Fought back valiantly, just barely to lose that game. And then we had the game where unfortunately they couldn't make it and was canceled short notice at home. So 0-1, technically 1-1, but we're gonna say 0-1 against the Nashville Aces. The record is 1-1 because we were awarded a forfeit win last year due to the cancellation. But that's not a win, in my opinion. That's just a technicality. So tonight we play Nashville. What we know about them, a long team, right? They're tall, lengthy, athletic, love to dunk.
Mhm.
A lot of good stuff. So what are you looking forward tonight?
Yeah, I think for the instigators, the past couple of games we've seen rebounding. I think that's going to be a big key, especially against a team like Nashville. They definitely got the height and the size. So hopefully we can kind of box out and prevent some second chance opportunities by limiting the offensive rebounding for the Aces.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. We know our formula for failure, unfortunately, right? It's when we turn the ball over, it's when we miss free throws, it's when we struggle on defense, right?
Mhm.
Offensively, rarely an issue. We've had a couple times this year where offense has been a little bit of a hiccup, but by and large hasn't been. And so we know if we straighten those things out, we'll be ready to go. And so I think we are ready to go. And so we're going to take it out to our home arena, Best Choice Fieldhouse, Fishers, Indiana. Watch the Instigators play. Before we do that, though, we're going to go with our time honored tradition of showing you a quick reminder of the unique rules that make the ABA so awesome. All right, everybody, welcome to Best Choice Fieldhouse, home of the Hoosier State Skaters, getting ready here in just a few minutes to take on the Nashville Aces in black. Before we head out to the tip off here, let's go over your instigator starters. We got Malcolm Martin, starting number 21, the captain. Cash Bell, number 0, playing in his first game coming off injury. He's been with the team for a little while, but hasn't been able to play until last week. So this is his second game now. We got JoJo Hart, Tyler Bibbs back after missing last week, and then Damian Wilburn taking the start. So let's see how it goes for the Instigators. And the Instigators win an easy tip off there, Jake, um, as we get started here. All right. You see Cash over to JoJo. JoJo with the floater. That doesn't go. He goes for the rebound. He doesn't make that either.
You see the Aces with a quick bucket there to go up 2-0 early in this game.
As Cash deals over to Tyler. Tyler looks for someone, but he loses it. Aces looking to swing it around. They get it over to number 24. He takes it up. It goes up, misses that shot, but he'll go to the line. No, that's a charge. The Instigators, Jake, this year have been really good about drawing charges, and we see Tyler Bibbs, the center, take one there.
Yeah, definitely. It's a difficult foul to draw, but the Instigators have been pretty successful here throughout the season in drawing those charge fouls.
So we see Damien work it around here to Cash. Cash Bell for three. That's off. And the Aces rebound it there. Aces look to move fast. That's one of the things I'll say. Last week I thought we played a team that kind of slowed things down. Jake, we're really deliberate on offense, and then this week we're playing a team much more likely to speed things up. They like to run the floor. They like to get fast breaks. They like to attack the basket. We're seeing that early here. That goes in. Dame attacks, looks for an outlet now. He overthrows Malcolm, and that looks like that's going to be a turnover for the Instigators. So Nashville will throw the ball in here from the side. Has to get in. Take the quick three, and that goes in. Number 5 for Nashville. Look out for him. He can shoot the three. Probably the best 3-point shooter, most consistent 3-point shooter on their team, I should say. Shot by Malcolm Martin. That goes in. Instigators get their first bucket of the night. Instigators working the ball around now. Malcolm Martin looks to drive instead. He'll kick it to Dame. Dame for three. That doesn't go. And Nashville with the rebound. The good defense by Cash there to keep the ball out and then get the rebound out. Nice tip to Dame. The Skaters look to move fast, but JoJo Hart with the turnover. The Aces with the three. That doesn't go. JoJo with the rebound. One of the co-captains of the Instigators here. Our other co-captain, as we see Dame with the three, and he hits that. Assist by Joe Hart. Our other co-captain, Chuck Bloom, unfortunately, isn't available tonight. Dealing with a rib injury. We saw him take that nasty fall, Jake, in Columbus. And he's going to be out for a little while. We're not sure how long. It'll depend on how quickly those ribs heal, but dealing with a significant rib injury is Chuck Williams. So wishing all the best to him in his recovery, and hopefully we'll have him back before too long. Cash brings the ball up, kicks it out to Dame. Dame over to Malcolm. What a pass. Malcolm cashes in with a three. Instigators lead 7-6. Sorry, they scored that as a two, but even still, what a shot by Malcolm Martin after a great pass by Damian Wilburn. Three by the Aces, in and out. Rebounded, and that goes in. And Wilburn for three. That doesn't fall. So Instigators taking a lot of threes, and we're not seeing a ton of them fall. So hopefully that will turn around here shortly. As the Aces throw the ball out of bounds, a little miscommunication. And that'll take us quickly, Jake, I believe, to our first media timeout. It will. So with that, we're going to go to our first commercial break and come back to Best Choice Fieldhouse right after this.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
All right, back here at Best Choice Fieldhouse. Instigators down just one, 8-7 here. 4.5 minutes gone in the first quarter. Fast-paced game so far, Jake.
Absolutely, and you expect that when you play the Aces. I'd like to see, you hit on it a little bit ago, some movement maybe inside here, not settling for those threes, and we see Cash does that as he goes up, and that one rattles out.
Yeah, great call there. Perfect timing. I think you're right. The key to the game for the Instigators, they seem to be an inside-out team instead of an outside-in team, in my opinion, which means, um, they get really hot when they start attacking the basket, and that starts opening up the three ball later in the game. Malcolm misses a two-pointer there. And so I think you're right, Jake. Can we get attacking the basket here? As we see the turnover there by the Aces, great play by the defense of the Instigators, and they're bringing the ball up. Good screen there by Tyler. Tyler with the three now. You don't see him take a lot of those, but he can make them, although he doesn't in that instance. And the Aces are right back up the court. Nearly a backcourt violation there, but good save by Nashville to keep the ball in their possession. Looking to work the ball underneath here. Three-pointer by the Aces, and they extend their lead to 7. Crossover by JoJo. He goes up and he makes the basket. JoJo's the guy that can get it going, attacking the basket, and he does it right there. So let's hope that's a good sign of good things to come. Inside pass, kicked it back outside. The Aces with another three. So hot from range are the Aces to start this game. Ash Wilburn with the pass to Malcolm, who goes in. Malcolm with the lefty lay in. Hoosier State closes the lead down to only 6. Three-pointer by the Aces, and why not? They've hit a lot of them. That one doesn't go, and Hoosier State looks to move the ball up the court. Malcolm Martin pressing the issue. No one picks up the ball. That doesn't go. Instead, we get an over the back, it looks like, by Dame Wilburn. We get a quick pause in action while substitutions come in the Nashville will have the ball. Nashville swinging the ball around. They'll play through their center, number 2, quite a bit. He's one of the focuses of their offense. Instigators get a stop there, and they'll bring it up. We get a foul call. Rebound there by Cash Bell, and he'll bring the ball up. Nashville with another 3. As we see a ball go through LB's hands. We get a foul on the Instigators. So we got a quick media timeout, and while we're on this media timeout, we want to thank our sponsor, the official hydration provider, Dave Rogers Modifications, who provides water to our team for every game, making sure that our team is properly hydrated. If you need someone to help you, no project is too big or too small. Call Dave Rogers Modifications. All right, we're back here. The Aces are set to shoot a free throw after that short media timeout. So that goes in. First of 2. The second one does not fall. Bibbs with the rebound, and he'll bring it up. He passes over to LB. LB's looking for an outlet. He finds Cash. Cash swings it up. Good job breaking the press by the Instigators. Unlike the NBA game where you have 8 seconds to bring the ball over half court, the Instigators only had 7 there, and they did a good job of doing it. Cash gets fouled. Kicks it over to LB. I'm sorry, Krishan, who just checked in, kicks it over to LB. LB misses the 3 there. So Krishan Hopkins making his debut along with LB for tonight's game. As the Instigators give up another 3-pointer, and they're down 13 early in this game. Disappointing trend, Jake, of the Instigators with slow starts, and this seems to be another one. As Hopkins misses the 3. Get a jump ball there. And I believe that will stay with the Instigators. No, it's looks like the possession arrow is with Nashville. So Nashville will keep the ball here. Bring the ball up the court. Admiring the Instigators logo, no doubt, on the game ball there. All right, Nashville will bring the ball back in after the tip. Pass out to Nashville. They shoot. It doesn't go. That was a shot clock reset, so they'll keep the ball. Nice defense by the Instigators. Played 24 plus seconds of defense, and now they'll bring the ball up. Cash trying to insert himself there. He misses the first time, but he gets the second one, and that will fall. Instigators still down 11 here. Another three. That's missed. Cash brings it up. That's a miss. The Instigators get the offensive rebound there. Nice job by Tyler. A big rebounding presence, fulfilling the void left by Alex Brown, who left the team after the incident in Peoria. Tyler's looking to fill those shoes, along with a combination of a couple other guys, and so far doing a good job at that. Cash kicks it over. Instigators working it around here. Looking for a great shot. Great pass by JoJo, and LB finishes there. Instigators cut it back to a single-digit lead by the Aces. They're going in the middle there. Mid-range jump shot. Fouled on Bibbs. And that'll be an and one opportunity for number two. He'll shoot here. That one does not go, and another easy rebound for Tyler. Pick over by Krishan. LB with the smooth lay-in. Instigators look like they're heating up a little bit here, Jake.
Yeah, they've been able to convert here in the last few possessions. We've seen them move towards the basket as Nashville drains another three.
Aces get the rebound there, and they'll bring the ball up the court. Almost stolen. Instead, they'll get a wide open three. Missed that, but get the offensive rebound and the putback. John Hopkins bringing the ball up. Over to JoJo Hart, who'll take the shot in rhythm. That goes. JoJo Hart's such a great three-point shooter when he's in rhythm like that. You'd almost guarantee it's a knockdown. And Skaters down 11 in the dying seconds here of the first quarter. Number 10, Little here. Looks like he's going to play a little bit of pick and roll. Kicks out to number 0, Jolly, for the shot. That doesn't go. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Your score, 31 for the Nashville Aces. Hoosier State Instigators, 20. We'll be back right after this.
After a tough game, recovery is everything. At Fisher's Cryotherapy, the official cryotherapy provider for the Hoosier State Instigators, I use whole body cryo to reduce inflammation and recover faster. For injuries, their targeted treatments get me back in action. And when I want to look and feel my best, the cryofacial and infrared sauna do the trick. Fisher's Cryotherapy, my go-to for recovery. Book your session today.
All right, and we're back here in Best Choice Fieldhouse, home of the Hoosier State Instigators. 11-point deficit here in the first quarter. Jake, what do the Instigators need to do here in the second to get us going?
Yeah, we saw there towards the end of the first, offense started to click a little bit more. I think that's something we've seen throughout the past few games. The offense a little bit slow to start, but driving the ball inside, passing it around, I think that's going to open up some more opportunities instead of settling for those 3-point shots early in the shot clock.
Absolutely. And meanwhile, on the Nashville side, got to stop their hot shooting from 3-point range before it starts getting out of control. Already several 3-point shots made there. So the Instigators will start the second quarter with Krishan Hopkins and LB, Lawrence Boyd, and Cash Bell starting from the first quarter. And they're joined by Rico Spikes and Tay Nelson here in the second. See a quick turnover there. Instigators look to get moving. As you can see, there's a little more pep in their step to start the second quarter. Rico Spikes over to Lawrence Boyd. Rico Spikes, such a field general when he gets on the court. It's fun to watch him play and direct folks. You always see him pointing and moving and setting a screen, which is really helpful, I think, for the offense. You see a block shot there on Hopkins, checking his elbow. As to Cash Bell, who's gotten the ball quite a bit today. It looks like they're looking to facilitate a lot of offense through him so far for the Instigators, which is a new wrinkle. You see a foul there. Bell will throw it in. A little bit of confusion here. They reset the shot clock to 14, which is uh, not the right rule. It should be reset to 24, but the Instigators will look to play nonetheless. You see a foul against the Instigators. LB looking to take on the big man. I will say our guards have done a good job of playing big men against teams, playing against big men on defense, I should say, against other teams. So we'll see how they do against the length of the Nashville Aces. Good save there by Bell. Bell inside to Boyd, who gets fouled as he goes up for the dunk. He'll go to the line for two. Boyd with the shot. He gets the first of his. And that one goes in as well. And as that shot goes in for three for the Aces. Cash slips there and loses control of the ball. Clearly hit a wet spot on the floor, which is unlucky. But Krishan Hopkins gets back and gets the steal. Nice job by the Instigators to not give up on the play. As Lawrence Boyd gets blocked underneath there. Aces look to slow things down just a little bit here. Another 3-point shot by the Aces. That shot's no good. Rebounded, however, and a foul. And now Nashville will go to the line for two. So number 21, Daryl Thompson, will take his first free throws of the game. See Malcolm Martin check in there for Cash Bell, who's going to get his first break of the game. Good to see Cash Bell out there. As we said, he signed with us about a month ago now. got injured literally the day after he signed with us. Wasn't able to make his debut until last week, so happy to have him there. Here goes the second shot, and that's no good. We see Devontae Nelson with the rebound. Out to Rico Spikes, who's going to definitely push the issue, and he gets fouled. I believe he'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. As that falls. Rico misses that one. So he goes 1 for 2 there. 3-point shot there, no good. Rebound by number 35, Duncan McClure. That goes out of bounds. Nashville maintained the ball. We're going to hit a timeout here. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, it's Jakey Muffins here in warm and sunny Florida, but there's no place I'd rather be than at Best Choice Fieldhouse in Fishers, Indiana for the next Hoosier State Instigators home game. You can go over to www.apexofsports.com, click on the tickets link at the top of the page, and get your game tickets for our next home game. We have 3 and 5 game packages as well to help save yourself some money. I hope to see you at the next home game, and when you're there, be sure, as always, to be great and instigate.
And we're back here. Best Choice Fieldhouse. Duncan McClure mentioned him, number 35, Jake. Interesting fact about Duncan, he is a player owner of the Nashville Aces. And which one of us is going to suit up first, do you think?
I don't know. I mean, we already got the frosty jersey, so I think it's set up that you may be able to make that on-court debut.
Look, I would rain down 3-pointers. None of them would make it, but I would
Yeah.
rain them down. We get started back here. Almost a steal there by Rico Spikes. Instead, it's rebounded by Lawrence Boyd. He goes up. That goes in. Nice. Little layup there by Lawrence Boyd and the Instigators. Pull back within 11 here early in the second quarter. McClure now looking for a little bit of an opening. He passes the ball around. Gets it back. Ball now to number 24, Madison. He goes up. No good. He gets his own rebound, though. Back out to McClure. Looks for a 3, but bobbled the ball. Looks like it back out to Madison. Played a little bit of two-man game on the two of them. We get an offensive foul on a moving chart or moving screen. And the Instigators will bring the ball up. Rico with the pass there. Looks like it got bad out of his hands, but he's still able to steer it in the right direction. Hopkins gets fouled, and he'll go to the line. That's a foul on Madison. There's some Instigators fans going by in their Instigators jerseys. Love to see that in the crowd. You can get your Instigators jersey at apexsports.com. Pick your favorite player and get your jersey today. We just saw Hopkins hit his free throw. Misses the second, however, but he gets the offensive rebound. Kicks it over to LB, who goes back to Malcolm. Malcolm for 2, and he hits that one. Great ball movement by the Instigators to get the open shot. Madison looking to bring the ball up. He'll take a wild shot. That doesn't go. Rico with the rebound. Thinks about going up. Instead, he'll bring it. No, he'll pass it to the Aces in that instance. As we get Rivers with the alley-oop. Madison to Rivers. Nice looking alley-oop. And the Instigators are back down 11. Tay Nelson looks to take it to the hoop. They call a charge on him. So the Aces give one back to the Instigators in the charge score, which is little known fact is the tiebreaker should a game go to a tie. That's not true, but I'm going to lobby for it next year. LB passes the ball up. Nice catch by Malcolm. Malcolm kicks it over, has Nelson wide open for three, and he cans it. Great shot by Avante Nelson, who, when he gets hot, is one of the best shooters on the team. The Aces bring the ball up now, looking to get their offense going. Coming with the shot. That doesn't go. He does foul Spikes, however. The Instigators will take the ball out of bounds. Before they do that, we'll take a media timeout.
Hey fans, it's Frosty, co-owner of the Hoosier State Instigators. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, but I want to take just a few seconds to let you know about our fan voter tier on our Patreon. There you can find all kinds of cool stuff like behind the scenes footage of practices and tryouts, early access to games and podcasts, and much, much more. On top of that, you become an official fan voter of the Hoosier State Instigators, where you can make key decisions in running the franchise. Things such as what uniforms do we wear, who stays, who goes at the end of the season, evaluate the players and coaches, and make decisions that will impact this franchise for a long time. So this is your chance to get off the bleachers and into the boardroom with us, the Hoosier State Instigators, at www.patreon.com/Apex Athletic Collective. Hope to see you there.
All right, best choice Fieldhouse, 7:06 to go. Instigators down 8, closing the gap a little bit here in the second quarter. It is the second quarter, regardless of what the scoreboard says. It says first quarter. I'm sure they'll get that fixed. Looking like the Instigators are finding a little bit of flow on offense, Jake.
Yeah, starting to catch some ground here. I do like that we're trying to push the ball down low a little bit, and because we're doing that now, we're going to the free throw line, and it's helping us cut that lead down. A little bit here, down to 8 now for the Aces.
Yeah, absolutely. Stat of the quarter for the first quarter, Jake, 0. As in the number of free throw attempts the Instigators took in that first quarter. So definitely getting the line more as we get the and one right on time from Rico Spikes. And he'll take the shot here to try to cut this lead down to 5. He puts it in. It's a 5-point game. The crowd's getting into this one a little bit here. Chinning their team's defense on. Alley-oop attempt doesn't go, but great catch nonetheless by Rivers, who hangs on the hoop a little bit to show that it belongs to him, but we'll see about that as this game goes on. Hopkins gets the nice shot through the lane to answer back. Rivers looks to bring the ball up now. And dunk, another instance of hanging on the rim. Surprised the referees haven't issued a tech for that. As you know, Dylan got issued a tech in the first game of the season for something much less than that. As there was a foul call, and it looks like the Instigators will sub in. Brandon Smith is coming to the game. Brandon's been signed with the Instigators for several months. Played in a game about 6 weeks ago, Jake. Broke his finger attempting to get a rebound for the Instigators. Has been out ever since. So it's great to see him back on the court. You'll spy him secretly, Jake, in many of our other game videos as the scoreboard operator. So putting in the work there. Thank you to Brandon for that. So glad he's healed up. We're interested to see how he integrates into this Instigators rotation as he works his way back to full strength. Another turnover for the Instigators, however, as that Just misses. Good job. Rico spikes. Again, the Instigators playing defense on the breakaway and stopping an easy bucket. All the way across. That's a three. And that goes in. Great find by Spikes and great shot by Malcolm Martin. We've seen this a couple times now. Nashville switching it up, having their big man, Jamario Rivers, bring the ball up the court for them. Rebound there by Malcolm Martin. He kicks it over to Lawrence Boyd, who has speed to burn. He misses that shot there, but he gets the rebound and then gets the ball stolen from him. Shot fading away. That does not fall, so the Aces will get 2 shots here. So they will go to the line up 4, and number 10, DJ Little, is going to try to extend that lead. He hits the first one. We get a substitution here. McClure comes in for Fleming, it looks like, for the Aces. He makes both of his shots. Does Little, and the Instigators will bring the ball up the court, looking to answer down 6 here with about 4:40 to go in the second quarter. Brandon Smith with his first shot of the season, I believe. Doesn't go, but it's good to again to see him working his way back. Shot there. Gotta believe that the Instigators, as that ball goes off LB, Instigators are happy for Nashville to take those mid-range shots. They've been hot from three-point range, and we know what they can do down low. So mid-range will have to be their weakness for this game. Stripped away by Malcolm Martin as the Nashville player tries to go up and score. And we get a double dribble turnover by Brandon Smith. Three-pointer by the Aces. That doesn't go. And another rebound by Malcolm Martin. Martin slows down and looks for reinforcements, avoids getting the ball taken. LB wide open. He hits it. Hopkins with the assist. Instigators back within 3 here with under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Another mid-range shot by the Aces. That one goes. Hopkins looking to get to the hoop. Good defense by the Aces, but it doesn't matter. Rashawn with the bucket. Aces for 3, but that's no good. The Instigators are looking to continue to eat into this lead. Smith goes up, but the ball gets stripped out of his hand. It'll stay with the Instigators. We get a substitution here. Looks like Bibbs, Wilburn, and Bell are in for the Instigators. So a platoon shift here for the Gators. Bell over to Martin. Martin with the mid-range. That's his shot, and that goes. Malcolm Martin's so good with the mid-range shots, and he shows you why there. We get a foul there. Looks like it was ruled on the floor, so Nashville will bring the ball in from the side. The referee issued some warnings over some conversation that apparently he didn't take too kindly to between two players. Looks like McClure and Spikes. Instigators, the closest this game has been for them since it was 0-0. And they call a blocking foul on Malcolm Martin. And Nashville will go to the line again. And again, it's number 10, DJ Little, taking the free throw shots. We get a timeout here by the Aces, so we'll take a timeout as well.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
All right, back here. Just over 2 minutes to go. Instigators down 1, but the Aces will go to the free throw line here to try to extend their lead. And they hit their first to do just that. And they hit the second. So Aces back up 3 with 2 minutes to go here in the half. Great ball movement by the Instigators. Ball gets blocked. Rico Spikes gets the rebound, however. He misses a shot, gets another rebound, puts it in. Great job by Spikes keeping that ball alive and getting it in the bucket on the third attempt. Mid-range shot by the Aces. That goes in. So my theory that they got to miss mid-range shots, Jake, isn't going so well for me. I got to be honest with you. Spikes with another and one opportunity. Spikes has been a beast down low here in the first quarter, getting to the hoop, putting it in, and getting to the free throw line. It's a great combination. And Spikes ties the game up at 51. Here with a minute 25 to go. So great job by the Instigators to claw their way back. Now can they take the lead by getting a stop here? Three-point, no. Instead, he'll pass it over. Number 0, Jolly with the shot, and that goes in. Malcolm Martin gets the screen here by Tyler. He'll go the other way with it. Ball gets smacked out of his hand, but bounces off of McClure, number 35 for the Aces, and the Instigators will get another opportunity at this with 11 seconds to go. Bibbs takes a little bit of a bump there. Kicks it around to Dame Wilburn. Wilburn misses the shot, however. The Aces bring it up 2. They went for the fancy pass there. It doesn't go. Instead, the Instigators bring it up. Malcolm tries to get the layup. Ball goes out of bounds. Malcolm gets hit by the ball, but the ball was out on the Aces beforehand. So I guess it was worth it. Malcolm got pummeled with that ball, Jake. 30 seconds to go before the half. We'll stick right here during this quick timeout. But Instigators are putting up a pretty good fight, Jake, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely flipped the switch here in the second quarter, offensively, and they've been able to hold the Aces pretty steadily here defensively as well.
Yeah, it was 31-20 at the end of the first quarter, so they've outscored the Aces. Almost flipped that score, right? So what is that? 31-22. So good response by the Instigators here in the second quarter. As we see the ref jumping up, almost touched the backboard, Jake. I don't know if you got that.
Yeah,
I thought he had it.
pretty close. He might have to come to one of our tryouts next year.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to be a baller like the referee, come to an Instigators tryout coming summer 2025. Happy New Year, everyone! By the way, we haven't said that yet,
Oh
Jake.
yeah. Happy New Year's.
I mean, it's kind of old news now. It's like a week ago. You see, the Aces slowing it down, trying to take the last shot, or pretty close to the last shot anyway. Instead, they get the ball through. That's number 10, DJ Little, who's having quite the first half for Nashville. Get a kickball violation on Rivers. Wilburn with the 3 to end the half. That doesn't go. So we hit halftime. Instigators down 51-55. We'll be back right after this.
After a tough game, recovery is everything. At Fisher's Cryotherapy, the official cryotherapy provider for the Hoosier State Instigators, I use whole body cryo to reduce inflammation and recover faster. For injuries, their targeted treatments get me back in action. And when I want to look and feel my best, the cryofacial and infrared sauna do the trick. Fisher's Cryotherapy, my go-to for recovery. Book your session today.
All right, Jake, back in the studio apartment here for this halftime show. What'd you think of that first half between the Aces and the Instigators?
Yeah, I like the recovery there in the second quarter for the Instigators. Keeping up from last week. Even though we're down early in the game, still pushing through, showing that we can compete. I really like that we are pushing the ball down low, trying to make some shots down there, and by doing that, we are getting to the free throw line, even if we weren't hitting those shots.
Yeah, absolutely. Went down from down 11 to down 4 here at the half. Attacking the rim a lot more, like you said, which was great. The Nashville cooled off a little bit, took a few less threes, which helped us, but I thought we played really good defense nonetheless. Even we saw it twice, breakaway by the Aces off a turnover from the Instigators, something we've seen often in losses in particular. But this time, Instigators did a good job hustling down, putting up a tough defense, forcing a tough shot, and forcing that player to miss. Great to see that. I think that's going to bode well if they can continue with that energy here in the second half. Let's go over some halftime stats for you and your Instigators. So the Instigators scored 51 points. We saw 24 rebounds, I think was really good. We saw a lot out of Tyler Bibbs in particular there. 11 assists, a couple really nice ones by Damian Wilburn. The downside, though, Jake, 12 turnovers for the Instigators. Instigators are averaging nearly 30 turnovers a game. We're a little below that here, which is good, but definitely needs to be a focus in this game, especially with a team that likes to run.
Yeah, yeah, and we saw in that second quarter a little bit better movement of the ball. The first quarter we kind of pushed it a little bit too much sometimes, was thrown a little errant.
Yeah.
But I think those corner threes too in the second quarter there were a big momentum swing when the Instigators hit I think three or four of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Malcolm Martin in particular seems to have his shot dialed in from the corner, whether it's a long two or a short three. He's been dialing them in. So want to see him get those shots more open. I don't mind the Instigators shooting threes. Some of the players joke around that I hate watching 3-point shots. It's not that, but I do like shooting good 3-point shots in rhythm. And we saw that with him. We saw that one time with JoJo. I'd like to see us get JoJo open more often for those. That's going to help open up some of the guys down low. Want to see Rico continue to attack the middle. Rico is a great distributor, but he's also really good at using his body. We've talked about that before, getting to the hoop to take over. What's your keys to the game for the second half?
Yeah, I think continue that momentum, good ball movement. If we can continue that, and then obviously continuing the defense, we know the Aces are going to hit the 3-point shots, but if we can limit those second chance opportunities and make sure we're contesting as many shots as we
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Well, without further ado, let's head back out to see the second half here. Your Hoosier State Instigators down 51-55 to the Nashville Aces. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, it's Jakey Muffins here in warm and sunny Florida, but there's no place I'd rather be than at Best Choice Fieldhouse in Fishers, Indiana for the next Hoosier State Instigators home game. You can go over to www.apexofsports.com, click on the tickets link at the top of the page, and get your game tickets for our next home game. We have 3 and 5 game packages as well to help save yourself some money. I hope to see you at the next home game. And when you're there, be sure, as always, to be great and instigate.
All right, we're back here for the second half. Shaky Muffins, are you as excited as I am?
Absolutely, we've got the chance to go back to 500 on the line at the halfway point of the season. That I think that's a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, reminder, halfway through the season last year, we were 1-7.
Yeah, a lot
Halfway through the
different.
season. 1 win. So massive improvement already. Would love to be 500. Would love to end this 2-game losing streak that we're on, and see if we can pull some winning ways into 2025. Inbounded there by the Aces to start the half, pretty nonchalantly. As they look calm as cucumbers, as they say. I don't know who says that, but people say that. See the drive there. Shots missed. Dave Wilburn with the rebound. He gets it out to Cash Bell. Your starters for the second half, we have Bell, Spikes, Wilburn, Martin, and Tibbs starting for the Instigators. Spikes with a 3, and he hits it. Something we saw a lot in the summer league in the pro-am, Jake, and we didn't see a whole lot so far in the first half of the season. With Rico Spikes, we got the nickname Rico Snipes for shooting 3-pointers. He hits one there as we see the coach having a conversation with the referee, and looks like he'll pick up the technical foul. The Instigators will get 2 technical free throws here. It'll be interesting to see who they have taken. And Rico Spikes himself will take those free throws. He hits the first. And Rico hits the second one. A little tough angle there for our camera, but it did go in. So the Instigators have now taken their first lead of the game, 56-55, here to start the third quarter. That lead comes off of technical free throws assessed against their coach. We'll resume action here. Player falls and we get a jump ball, and that is an Instigators possession here as they bring the ball in. We have another timeout on the court. Not quite sure what's going on here. Two players that are having a discussion. It looks like a continuation. Jolly and Rico Spikes. So referees look to get the conversation under control a little bit here. And we'll resume the game. So the Instigators will inbound the ball after all that. No fouls or anything assessed, so not quite sure what happened, but we'll continue nonetheless. As Malcolm Martin goes bursting onto the scene with the ball, Spikes looks to take it out. He gets, that's a jump ball. That'll go to the Aces, and that'll be a turnover by the Instigators. Shot goes up here. Technical foul on Coach Dobbs, it looks like. Not sure what happened there, but we get technical fouls on both coaches. So this second half has started a little more scrappy than I expected, Jake, given how calm the first half was between the two teams. That is Coach Dobbs' second technical foul of the season, one behind the team record for coaches. We're not going to mention who holds that at 3. Malcolm with the Hail Mary pass finds Bibbs for the dunk. And the Instigators extend their lead amongst all the chaos. You see the Aces swinging around here. Aces have scored 1 point here in this half. That's missed, and the Instigators get the rebound. Malcolm Martin will bring the ball up, kicks it out to Rico Spikes. Spikes looking to get in. His shot gets blocked. Aces bring the ball up. And we get a foul on Malcolm Martin. And the Aces will go to the line here. Number 2, Derek Jolly, will shoot 2 free throws. He misses the first. So free throws, normally an issue for the Instigators, seem to be a little bit of an issue for the Aces here in this game, shooting a little over 50% from free throw range, if my count's correct. And that's misses 0 of 2 there. Instigators look to push the pace. Wilburn takes it up, but that gets blocked. Aces go up, and that's a jump ball. That'll go to the Instigators. Great defense by Malcolm Martin to get his hands on the ball. And we get a little bit of a tussle for the ball there. Player takes an inadvertent elbow to the face. So they'll bring the ball in here from the out of bounds area. Get a switch out here as now Dame will inbound the ball. And now LB. Will they switch anyone else in to inbound the ball on this possession? Dame gets the switch here. He'll take a pump fake, go to Bell. Bell splits two defenders, gets it back to Wilbur, and Wilbur gets the easy lay-in. Great ball movement in traffic by the two men there to get the easy bucket. Those Gators extend their lead now up to 4, their largest lead of the game. We get a foul there. So Rivers will go to the line for one to try to close the gap back down to a 1-point game. Rivers with the free throw, and that goes in. 60-59 here. An eventful 3 minutes between these two teams to open the third quarter. Nelson for three. That doesn't fall, but you like that shot. He's wide open. As Wilburn blocks the entry pass as the Aces try to step it up a gear. They're forced to slow it down. Blocked by Tyler Bibbs. The Instigators will bring the ball up. Cash Bell with the two. Instigators getting some support from the crowd. Foul. That'll go in, however, so Rivers will have another chance at a 3-point opportunity. So Rivers will take the free throw here. Try to tie this game up. Free throw attempt is good. This game's back to tied. I don't know about you, Jake, but it just kind of feels like one of those games where we're going to be fighting back and forth the entire second half. Bell for three. That doesn't go. Nelson with the rebound. And that'll stay with the Instigators. And so we have a media timeout, so we'll be back right after this. Once again, we'd like to thank the official water provider, the Dave Rogers Modifications Handyman Company. Dave Rogers Modifications is a small family owned and operated handyman business who can help you with all of your projects, big or small. Contact Dave Rogers Modifications today. So the Instigators will inbound the ball here. There's some conversation now. Still having a conversation. I believe they're discussing whether or not it should be a 3D. I believe the ruling is yes. I saw the 3D official. So this is our first 3D opportunity. Unfortunately, the Instigators don't get it. And we'll get back to the game here under normal rules. Debuted our new 3D graphic. Great job, Jake. As the Aces hit a 3 there. Cash back to Wilburn. Wilburn over to Nelson, who pumps fake. Now he'll set a screen and come off of it. Cash over to Bibbs. Bibbs takes a step back and then hits Nelson, who's wide open. Nelson for 3. That doesn't go. Good movement, though, by the Instigators to get a guy open. Almost a steal there. Bibbs steps in front of that one. Instead, it'll stay with Nashville as Rashawn Hopkins checks in for Nashville. Looks like we're getting a little isolation action here. Good help defense there by Dame Wilburn on the faster man, and it causes a turnover. The Instigators will pick it up and put it in. Nelson for an easy 2. Instigators now down just 1, 64-65. Good move there by number 24. He puts the ball in the basket. That's Josh Madison, who's having quite the game so far for the Aces. Wilburn takes it all the way to the hoop, and that goes in. Instigators pull back within 1. So Jake's key to the game, attacking the basket, seems to be serving the Instigators well here in the second half. As this game is back and forth. Screen there. Rivers, who's had a big start to this half. 3-pointer by the Aces. That doesn't fall. Wilburn's back on the run again. He's going to take it right to the hoop. That almost falls, but instead the Aces will get the rebound and bring it up themselves. They get blocked there by Bibbs, however. A foul is called. It looks like the Aces will go to the line here. So taking 2 free throws is number 5, Fleming. Jalen Clenning, who hit a couple 3-pointers in the first half, takes his first shot and that goes in. And that one's a miss. He only gets 1 of 2, and the Instigators bring the ball up. JoJo Hart's checked into the game here. We get a charge call against Monte Nelson. Charge count 2-1 in favor of the Aces. Almost a block there, but a nice layup by Little to extend the lead for the Aces. A little over halfway through the third quarter. Well, it's been an exciting third quarter. Both teams firing back and forth. JoJo Hart for 3, and he buries it. Catch and shoot 3 for JoJo Hart to tie the game back up at 69. 5 minutes ago. Hart goes for the steal. Doesn't work off, but he sticks his man nonetheless. Looks to push the issue. He misses that. Bibbs with the rebound. Lawrence Floyd brings the ball up. He's checked into the game. He puts in a 3 wide open, and we're going to get a timeout here as the Instigators are up 3 here in the third quarter.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
Back here at Best Choice Fieldhouse, the Instigators just hit 2 3-pointers in a row to go from down 3 to up 3. 4.5 minutes to go in this quarter. Jake, what have you seen so far?
Yeah, we've seen back and forth here in the third quarter, but it looks like offensively things are starting to fall in line for the Instigators. And I think we forgot to mention this, but we see the banner scrolling at the bottom there. We are facing off against a top 10 opponent, the Nashville Aces, number 9, the second top 10 opponent the Instigators have faced off so far this season.
Yeah, the Instigators have never won against a top 10 opponent. We've beaten top 25 opponents before, but never top 10. So, great showing so far by the Instigators. Great steal there by Hopkins. He'll bring the ball up. He's going to slow it down now and look for some resources to help himself. He's got an offense set up now, and he's going to push the issue himself nonetheless. And he gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Caleb Magruder's checked in for the first time in this game for the Instigators, number 12. So it's good to see Caleb out there, one of our young guns who's getting some minutes against a top, as you said, top 10 opponent in the league. And a league that consists of over 150 teams, Jake. Top 10 is not bad.
Yeah, it's definitely an honor to be in that top 10 as we see the first one bounce out there from the free throw line.
That one falls. So the Instigators up by 4 now. Long pass by the Aces. That ball goes out of bounds. The Instigators get the turnover. Ball gets smacked out of Magruder's hand and off his foot, and that's a turnover for the Instigators. Magruder with the rebound. Magruder is athletic and quick. He can jump out of the gym. I think he's just catching up a little bit to the speed of the ABA game. Malcolm Martin with the circus shot. That goes in to extend the Instigators' lead up to 6. What a shot by Martin. Number 21 with the ball here. He gets it stolen, though. Ball gets thrown up. Sean thought he got fouled. We got a 3D here. Turnover by the Instigators. That will go in, so that's a 3-point shot, and they'll get a chance to make it a 4th. So from good to bad there, Krishan gets the steal, gets hit as he throws the ball up the court. As we know, Jake, 3D occurs when you turn the ball over before establishing possession in your own front court, which is what happened there. We get the bucket, which is a 3-point bucket, and now this free throw can make it a 4-point play for number 5 Fleming. And it does. Magruder to the hoop. He takes a little bit of a bump. And he misses that one, and the Aces will bring it up the court. Rush 3-point shot. That doesn't go. Nice job by Martin to tip that out. Jojo loses possession of the ball, but he gets fouled, and it'll stay with the Instigators here. This is a hot and heavy action here in the third quarter. Rico Spikes walking off a little bit of an injury. It looks like someone stepped on his foot or his ankle, but it looks like he'll be okay to go. 2:48 to go here in the third quarter. Instigators up 2. Hart gets his 3-pointer blocked. Hopkins with the rebound, and Instigators are looking to push the issue now. You can tell they're feeling some momentum as Hopkins gets that one to go. Shot is missed there. Boyd out to Martin. Martin again looks for some reinforcements. Finds Hart. Hart with a little bit of a stutter step. Shook the defense, and now he'll put it in the bucket. Three-pointer by Hart. He's 3 for 4 from three-point range in this game. The only one that didn't go in was the one that was blocked. LB with the rebound. The Instigators now look to press their advantage. Martin, unfortunately stepped out of bounds over there in the corner. Instigators now up 7 with 1:30 to go as they deflect the ball out of bounds there. Looking for the quick throw-in, but the referee was right to hold it. That wasn't a quick throw-in per the ABA rules. The Instigators are allowed to set up their defense. It doesn't matter, however, as the Aces get the bucket there, pull back within 5. Rico with a little bit of a half spin move there. Finds Hart. Sets a screen now for JoJo. And another one. Over to Malcolm in the corner. Malcolm all the way across to Lawrence Boyd. Boyd for 3. And that goes in as the shot clock expires. And the Aces the Aces all of a sudden struggling to stop the three-pointer. Do another 3D. That goes in. So that's a 3D layup for JoJo Hart as we get a timeout with 39 seconds left. Instigators up 11, 86 to 75. Back here at Best Choice Fieldhouse, Instigators up 11. Jake, how did that happen?
Yeah, big momentum swing. The largest lead here for the Instigators, knocking down shots and taking advantage of the turnovers from Aces and converting those into, points here for the Instigators.
Absolutely. So they'll look to carry that momentum. We know, though, the Aces are a good team. They're not going to go away. You're not top 10 in the country for no reason. And so we don't expect them to go away just because they're down 11. As we know in the ABA, 11 points is nothing if a team swings momentum. They get the layup there, slashing through the lane. Number 10, Little. Instigators look like they're going to try to hold for the last shot here. Robert Mitchell checks into the game. He takes it up. He gets fouled, so he'll go to the line for 2. So he comes in the game, immediately makes an impact there, gets the ball, takes it up strong, gets fouled, and has an opportunity to get in the scorebook for 2 points. He'll miss the first one, however. He misses the second, but he gets the offensive rebound here. Takes it up, misses. LB with the follow-up. The third attempt is good, and the Instigators get the bucket to go up 88 to 77. Aces with the miss. Robert with the rebound. He gets fouled again, and so it's 0.3 seconds. The Instigators will inbound the ball. Jake, do you have a play for 0.3 seconds?
Not much you can do. Kind of like you gotta kind of tip it in. There's not really enough time to even like put a shot up.
Yeah, it'd have been interesting to me if Coach had put in maybe like Tyler Bibbs or something to try to tip this ball in. Just a quick substitution here. But just gonna stick with the guys out there and follow the quarter, it looks like. Spikes gets the ball. He pump fakes. Can't do that with 0.3 seconds. Shots way off, however. Instigators, after being down the entire game, have taken the lead here in the third quarter, 88-77. Will return with the fourth quarter just after this.
After a tough game, recovery is everything. At Fisher's Cryotherapy, the official cryotherapy provider for the Hoosier State Instigators, I use whole body cryo to reduce inflammation and recover faster. For injuries, their targeted treatments get me back in action. And when I want to look and feel my best, the cryofacial and infrared sauna do the trick. Fisher's Cryotherapy, my go-to for recovery. Book your session today.
Hey, it's Jakey Muffins here in warm and sunny Florida, but there's no place I'd rather be than at Best Choice Fieldhouse in Fishers, Indiana for the next Hoosier State Instigators home game. You can go over to www.apexofsports.com, click on the tickets link at the top of the page, and get your game tickets for our next home game. We have 3 and 5 game packages as well to help save yourself some money. I hope to see you at the next home game, and when you're there, be sure, as always, to be great and instigate.
Awesome. We're back here at Best Choice Fieldhouse beginning the fourth quarter. Instigators up 88-77 in what's been a back and forth affair between two really good teams. I'm excited to see how this one ends. There's a little confusion over who starts quarter with the ball. Referee says the Instigators start with the ball. Instigators have possession. Robert Mitchell with the inbound. Instigators starting the fourth quarter with the same people that ended the third quarter as we see Robert Mitchell with another rebound. Good job by Robert hustling around to get some of those rebounds as we see LB turn the ball over there and gets the poke from him. So we got Malcolm Martin, we got Robert Mitchell, we got LB, Joe Hart, and we got Rico Spikes as the folks starting for the Instigators. Number 24 for the Nashville Aces hits that shot. Give us the first bucket of the quarter. That's Josh Madison. As we get another turnover, Madison gets the turnover from Jojo Hart. They score there. Just like that, they've cut the lead down to 7 in the fourth quarter. Good pass from JoJo to Rico. Rico with the pump fake. He gets the bucket underneath. Again, Rico Spike's been just dangerous underneath the basket tonight. Love to see that effort from him. So we get kiss off the glass there for 2. Instigators turn it over there. That'll be a 3D opportunity. Doesn't go there. Doesn't go there. The Instigators get the possession back and don't allow the bucket. And the 3D opportunity there for the Aces. They'll be with the turnover there. And this is a 3D opportunity now for the Instigators on the turnover there. So a little bit sloppy from both teams here in the fourth quarter. As Robert steps out of bounds with the ball, so no 3D for the Instigators either. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, and the Aces will inbound it here. A lot of 3D opportunities there, but none of them count for either team. So you got to believe if you're the team that loses this game, you look back at that moment and wonder what would have happened had we cashed 1 or 2 of those in. Block there. No, that's a foul called on Dane Wilbur, and I thought he got the block there, Jake. That looks pretty clean from here.
Yeah, it looked pretty clean. I think we'll need an alternate camera angle for that one.
It's very politically savvy of you, Jake.
Yeah.
So number 0, Derek Jolly taking his free throws here. He gets the first one. Gets substitution as JoJo Hart comes out and is replaced with Rashawn Hopkins. He misses that one. So the Aces continue to struggle from the free throw line. Something that surely they're looking at as one of the reasons they're down in this tight game. Spikes for three. Rico Spikes is having a bit of a coming out party in this game. We saw it during the summer league. We get the missed dunk there. But this has by far been Spike's best game during the ABA season. You see the assist there to Lawrence Boyd, who gets the bucket. The little Euro step for a bucket there by number 10, DJ Little, who's having a nice game. Instigators look to maintain this 9-point lead. You get a 3D opportunity on the turnover there, and that'll go in. Second time now, Jake, the Instigators have turned it over as a 3D, given up a bucket, and then fouled on top of that, giving 4-point plays, essentially an entire extra possession to the opponent. You can't have that in a tight game like this.
Yeah, you like to see the defensive effort, but on these opportunities, if they beat you, sometimes you got to let them go on that.
That's right. Luckily, though, the Aces, who have struggled from the free throw line, missed that one. LB juggles that one, goes back to Wilburn. Wilburn over to Martin. Unfortunately, Martin doesn't get the ball, and it goes out of bounds on the Instigators for a turnover. Another alley-oop. That goes in from McClure. LB passes over to Wilburn with the floater, and that falls. We get a media timeout. We'll be back right after this with more Instigators basketball.
Hey fans, it's Frosty, co-owner of the Hoosier State Instigators. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, but I want to take just a few seconds to let you know about our fan voter tier on our Patreon. There you can find all kinds of cool stuff like behind the scenes footage of practices and tryouts, early access to games and podcasts, and much, much more. On top of that, you become an official fan voter of the Hoosier State Instigators, where you can make key decisions in running the franchise. Things such as what uniforms do we wear, who stays, who goes at the end of the season, evaluate the players and coaches, and make decisions that will impact this franchise for a long time. So this is your chance to get off the bleachers and into the boardroom with us, the Hoosier State Instigators, at www.patreon.com/Apex Athletic Collective. Hope to see you there.
We're back here, 97-91. Instigators with the lead. Doesn't look like we're going to hold them under 100 points in this one, Jake.
I don't think so.
You see here, Rivers with the ball. Passes it out to number 7, Michael Neal. Pump pick there by the Aces. Neal with the 3. That doesn't go. That'll go off of McClure, and the Instigators will take over possession here. Still up 6. Passes over to Hopkins there. Hopkins gets the ball up. That doesn't go. The Aces get the defensive rebound. Rivers with the bucket, and that goes in. Skaters avoid the turnover there. Wilburn kicks it over. Bell will go to the hoop. He gets fouled. And he'll take some free throw shots here. Fouled by number 35, Duncan McClure. So Cash Bell with 2 free throws here. He hits the first. And the second. Nice job there by Cash. He cashes them both in, Jake. I've been meaning to say that all night.
The-
The Instigators on the ground battling for the ball. The Aces maintain possession. Good scrap by both teams. Three-pointer by the Aces. That doesn't go. Rebound, however. Looks like they're going to shoot another three. Instead, they're going to attack the basket. They get the and one opportunity on the foul by Lawrence Wood. I'm an apologist for the Instigators. I'm not going to lie, Jake, but that looked like he may have gotten his wrist. I'm not going to lie.
yeah, that might have been a good call on that one.
And they cash in, making it a three-point play. Instigators now only up three here with 7 minutes to go. Nice pass there to Wilburn. Wilburn passes it over to Hopkins. Hopkins across the way to Martin. Martin across the court. Good ball movement by the Instigators. Wilburn looks for a basket. Instead goes to Martin. Pump fake. Martin with the floater, and there it goes. And 3D opportunity for the Instigators. And that falls. That's a three-point bucket for Krishan Hopkins. Instigators up 8. And we'll hit a timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
And we're back here. Instigators basketball. Instigators up 104-96 against the Nashville Aces. Only have about a second to get it over. The 3D light is on here for the Instigators. No, instead they changed possession. Rule it went off Lawrence Boyd. So instead of 3D opportunity, the Instigators will be on defense against the Nashville Aces. Madison with the bucket. No, that doesn't go. Rico spikes with the rebound. He goes to Hopkins. Hopkins goes to LB. Easy bucket there. And the Instigators are up 10, their largest lead of the game with 6 minutes to go here in the fourth. Really well played game by both teams. Three-pointer by the Aces. That doesn't go. That does. The follow-up does. Instigators look to move the ball quick again. And Lawrence Boyd with the dunk. And we have a jump ball opportunity here. So the ball will go with the Aces. There's conversation over the clock as they get back underway here. That bucket will go in. And Skaters up 8 here with 5 minutes to go. Ricky Snipes passes the ball over to Cash Bell. Bell with a tough shot, and that'll go. And that falls. So back and forth now are these two teams. Here in the last minute or so, just trading blow for blow. Whose defense is going to step up first? Bell to the hoop, and that goes in. Good inbound, good delivery pass there. They get the shot, and they'll go to the line. Madison will try to get an and one opportunity, something that Nashville Aces have been really good at tonight. They missed that shot. Foul call against the Aces, and the Instigators will have the ball. LB's got the ball. He'll bring it up for the Instigators. Goes over to Spikes, who saves it from going out of bounds. Good catch by Rico. Rico wide open in the middle. He gets the extra pass to LB, who misses the easy layup, but Spikes puts it in. Instigators up 10. Three-pointer. That goes in. We get a foul there. And the Instigators will inbound the ball after that foul call. It was one of the more unique fouls I've seen in my time covering Instigators basketball, Jake.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think they were initially trying to go for the jump ball, and then it developed into a foul there.
Yeah, I think that's right. Definitely no ill intent or anything meant by that. Just two players that got tangled up. And you get the and one opportunity for the Instigators this time as Damian Wilburn cashes in the tough layup and will go to the free throw stripe for one shot. So here we are at our last media timeout for this game. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
Tough game, recovery is everything. At Fisher's Cryotherapy, the official cryotherapy provider for the Hoosier State Instigators, I use whole body cryo to reduce inflammation and recover faster. For injuries, their targeted treatments get me back in action. And when I want to look and feel my best, the cryofacial and infrared sauna do the trick. Fisher's Cryotherapy, my go-to for recovery. Book your session today.
All right, we got Wilburn here trying to add to his bucket from before the break. He misses, however. That's with a rebound, and the Instigators up only 9 here. 3 minutes to go. Three-pointer by the Aces, and that goes. LB nearly turns the ball over there on a backcourt. Saved by Martin again, though. The Instigators will slow down to look to get their offense reset. No, Martin will go off and get the tough shot. The bucket was made there by the Aces. We get a foul. Sorry about that, folks. Our camera didn't quite catch up with the action, and I don't blame it. This has been a lightning fast game. Both teams sprinting the court back and forth as we get a injury. No, it looks like he's going to be okay. Um, so we will get back underway here at Best Choice Fieldhouse. Instigators ball up 6. We see Tyler Bibbs is checked in, along with Lamonte Nelson. I believe we got one more substitution too, but we'll wait to see who that is. Cash in the game is the other substitution. Sorry about that. Cash fell. So Lamonte Nelson looking for a friend here. Goes to Rico Spikes. Spikes works the ball around. He gets it stripped, however. And the Aces cash that one in. Make it a 4-point game. Down to Tyler. Tyler goes back to Bell. And we get a timeout by the Instigators, so we'll take a timeout as well. Instigators up 4, 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. You don't want to miss the end of this one.
Hey, it's Jakey Muffins here in warm and sunny Florida, but there's no place I'd rather be than at Best Choice Fieldhouse in Fishers, Indiana for the next Hoosier State Instigators home game. You can go over to www.apexofsports.com, click on the tickets link at the top of the page, and get your game tickets for our next home game. We have 3 and 5 game packages as well to help save yourself some money. I hope to see you at the next home game, and when you're there, be sure, as always, to be great and instigate.
All right, 2 minutes to go, Jake. What do the Instigators need to do to close this one out?
I think you gotta limit the fouls. Don't do any kind of fouls there on defense. We've seen that's how the Aces have gotten themselves back into this. And then be careful with the ball on offense. You definitely don't want to turn the ball over, and lead to an open opportunity for the Aces either.
Yeah, absolutely. Bibbs inbounds to Krishan Hopkins, who's checked into the game here. Hopkins maintains possession. He has to take a deep three there as the shot clock's going down. He misses. Bibbs almost gets the rebound. Instead, the Aces are off and running. Tipped out of bounds by Hopkins. Definitely saved the bucket there. And the Aces will maintain possession down 4 with 1:42 to go. If you're an Instigators fan, 1:42 feels like an eternity. As the Aces hit the bucket to bring it within 2 there. But if you're an Aces fan, 1:35 feels like almost nothing at all. So we'll see which team steps up here as this game is set to close out. Turnover by the Instigators. Lawrence Boyd has been sensational for us this year, Jake, but there have been times where he just goes on runs of turning the ball over, and something we hope he sharpens up as he plays, and he's definitely made trades already this season, but been hit a little bit by the turnover bug in the fourth quarter of this game. Aces for the lead. They missed that shot. Instigators bring it up. 3-pointer by LB. He misses. And the easy pass there to tie the game up at 118 with 42 seconds to go. As the ball gets knocked out of bounds by the Aces, Hoosier State will inbound the ball here. 40.5 seconds on the clock. Tie game. The Instigators were up 10 not that long ago. Aces battled back, much like the Instigators did at the end of the first half and beginning of the second half. Martin, who's been great all game, misses the 3 there. And it looks like the Aces are going to try to slow this one down. Number 10, Little with the ball, and that's appropriate. He's been a monster for his team, the Aces, but he misses there. 8 seconds to go. The Instigators with the ball. Rico holds for the last shot. He gets fouled. Smart foul there by the Aces. They had one to give, and they'll take it there. Instigators have 2 seconds left. Need to run a play here. So the Instigators will indeed get the last shot of this game. Rico goes up. Nice block by the Aces. And for the first time this season, Jake, we're going to overtime. Let's take a quick commercial break and we'll continue with the action. Bonus basketball at Best Choice Fieldhouse right after this.
Hey fans, it's Frosty, co-owner of the Hoosier State Instigators. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, but I want to take just a few seconds to let you know about our fan voter tier on our Patreon. There you can find all kinds of cool stuff like behind the scenes footage of practices and tryouts, early access to games and podcasts, and much, much more. On top of that, you become an official fan voter of the Hoosier State Instigators, where you can make key decisions in running the franchise. Things such as what uniforms do we wear, who stays, who goes at the end of the season, evaluate the players and coaches, and make decisions that will impact this franchise for a long time. So this is your chance to get off the bleachers and into the boardroom with us, the Hoosier State Instigators, at www.patreon.com/Apex Athletic Collective. Hope to see you there.
All right, back here for overtime, Jake. What'd you see at the end of that fourth quarter to get us where we are?
Yeah, it was looking good for the Instigators there, but some momentum for the Aces at the end of the game, taking advantage of those, some turnovers and then also just some open shots, that they were able to convert there at the end. And then honestly, a smart foul, like you said there at the end, to make it so the Instigators didn't have much of an opportunity to get that last basket.
So we get a tip off here. Sean Hopkins with the steal. Hopkins, LB, Bibbs, Spikes, and Martin are your starters here in the overtime period. And that goes in for Martin. He puts the Instigators up 3. Shot goes up. It does not go in, however. I half expected that to fall, Jake, just because it feels like every time Nashville gets fouled around the rim, they're able to put it in.
Yeah, that's definitely been one of the game trends here. Nashville pushing the ball down low, drawing some fouls in those shot opportunities.
As that one falls, Nashville gets it back to a 2-point lead. Little take this shot. He hits that one. So the Aces, who struggled with free throws, hit both of them there in the overtime period. And Skaters swing the ball around here. Rico spikes with 3 seconds on the shot clock, has to get a shot up. He does, and he cans it. Holy cow, in the middle of the lane. Spikes hits that tough shot. Put the Instigators back up 3. As LB almost loses the ball there, but defends it well and does lose it there. He fouls, however, to stop the easy bucket. Smart foul there by Lawrence. And the Instigators will defend against an inbound here with their full defense instead of a breakaway shot for the Aces. As Bibbs comes out and Cash comes in for him. Get the switch off there on the screen. Rivers covered by LB. That's a mismatch. No offense to LB. And Rivers makes quick work of that one. Brings his team back within 1. Good pass there. Malcolm will go to the rim. He gets it in. Malcolm Martin making all the buckets by the rim tonight. Really helping to lead his team. Bucket by the Aces. 3D opportunity here for the Aces. They shoot the three. That doesn't go. Instigators defend the 3D there, and they'll bring the ball up. We get a foul there. As the Instigators take the foul. It looks like Madison for the Aces is injured, so he'll be replaced by Duncan McClure. He fell awkwardly on his ankle earlier, Jake, and I think that's what's bothering him. So hopefully he'll be okay. Hawkins to the rim. He gets fouled, and he'll go to the rack. The Instigators now driving the ball, trying to get buckets, and it's paying dividends for this team. So here comes the shot. Hopkins misses that free throw. Instigators lead still one. See Spike's getting attended to on the sideline. Looks like his ankle is hurting him as well. So overtime has its wear and tear on folks. That's what we're seeing here. Minute and a half to go. Overplayed there a little bit, but Little takes advantage of it, and he puts that one in. Nice bucket by DJ Little. Taking advantage of the overplay by Dame Wilburn. Don't fault Dame for that, though. Dame gets so many steals that way that you know it's risky, and every now and then it'll bite him, and that time it did, but he'll take that. And another steal by the Aces, and they get the bucket. Instigators turning the ball over quite a bit here, but seemingly able to overcome it every time as they tie the game up here. And we get a timeout by Nashville. So 41 seconds left. No surprise here. Overtime just as tight as the game itself was in regular time, Jake. Feels pretty simple here. Get a couple stops and make a couple buckets. Obviously, that's easier said than done, but both teams just playing their hearts out here. Clearly,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both teams, coming back from double-digit deficits throughout the game here. Definitely an even matchup throughout all 4 quarters in this overtime period.
it's good to see the refs get some shots up.
Yeah, I really think they're trying to get themselves ready for the summer tryouts.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll fly her home next time. Here we go. Aces bringing the ball up. Tie game, 34 seconds to go. They split the defense on the screen there. They get the bucket to go up too. Instigators with 22 seconds left. Down two, 130 to 128 to the number 9 team in the country, the Nashville Aces. Dave Wilburn for three, and he cans it. Instigators up one. About 7 seconds to go. I think they'll adjust the clock. Instigators up one. We're going to stay right here, Jake. Instigators need one stop, 7 seconds, and they didn't adjust the clock there. and they pulled the upset against the number 9 ranked team in the country. I'm not going to ask you for your prediction because if it's anything other than they're going to do it, you lose your owner rights. But I will say this has been a heck of a big game, and if you're throwing up the strategy for the defense here, Jake, what are you telling them in the huddle right
You gotta make sure you don't let anybody, blow past you on the defense. We saw that at the end of regulation there a couple of times. We allowed the defenders or the offense to get past our defenders and be open for an easy bucket. So you just gotta make sure you don't do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Skaters take the court here. Good thing is that Nashville does have to go the length of the court here in 7 seconds and get a shot up. So, if you can pressure them in the front court, or in your front court, in their back court, I'm sorry, make it tough for them to get there, may make it harder for them to get a good shot on their end. Little will be the guy. Foul call there. Foul against the Instigators. That'll be 2 free throws with a second to go, Jake. Little conversation there from Tyler Bibbs. Not sure where the foul came from on him. They readjust the clock to 2 seconds to go. So this is it. Nashville needs 1 to tie, 2 to win. DJ Little, who's been outstanding for them, will take the shots. However, free throws have been an issue for the Aces, so this game's not over until they go in. And that first one does. So now, DJ Little, 1 free throw make away from sending his team into victory. We'll take that shot now. And he missed it. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's the Instigators' ball. 1.4 seconds to go. DJ Little misses the free throw. Free throws have plagued his team all night as the Instigators take a timeout. Free throws have plagued his team the entire night, and it's happened again here for the Aces. They did, however, make the first one, tying this game up. So the Instigators, once again, just like the end of regulation, have 2 seconds left. 1 shot. Win or we go on to another overtime. As they readjust the clock to 1.8 seconds now. So both teams strategizing here, or rather the Instigators strategizing here, as Nashville Aces coach making it known that he felt the ball went out of bounds off of the Instigators. So referees maintain their call. It looks like that it stays with the Instigators. As both teams start to take the court here. As we're waiting for this game to get started, once again, Instigators tie game, 1.8 seconds to go here in overtime. The first overtime game for the Instigators. Bell gets the ball. He'll put the shot up. And it's just off the rim and out. So we're heading to a double overtime. We're going to take a quick break, let you catch your breath, and then we'll be back right after this.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
All right, we're back here for a second overtime. As you can see on the clock, fifth period, Jake. Double overtime, a first in Instigators history. Officially the longest game for the Instigators. Cash had a good look at the end, barely off the rim. I thought that was going to go in.
Yeah, I did like that play call there. Nice opportunity there. Not much you can do with 1.8 on the clock, but I definitely think that was a good play for the Instigators, even though it didn't fall in there.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And again, hats off to both teams. Really well played. Overtime, as the entire game. Both teams obviously will look back at this one and say, woulda, coulda, shoulda, no matter who wins. But the biggest thing for me, we're in double overtime against the number 9 team in the country. No doubt, the Instigators came into this game as the underdog, as the team that folks would have bet against to lose, and yet here they are with an opportunity in another overtime to win this game. So we'll play 4 more minutes to decide this one. Instigators again starting the quarter with the 5 people that ended it. You got Tyler Bibbs, Deshaun Hopkins, Malcolm Martin, Lawrence Boyd, and Cash Bell will begin this quarter. That tip will go nearly out of bounds, but the Aces will maintain it. They'll take the shot. Doesn't go, but they'll get the offensive rebound. The man who sent it into double overtime misses the 3 there. The Instigators bring the ball up, still tied at 131. As Cash Bell misses that shot, and Nashville seems to me, Jake, I don't know if you're feeling the same way, but it seems to me like the pace has slowed down just a little bit to start the second OT. I don't know if it's from fatigue or pressure or both teams just want to make sure they honor their possessions. Martin gets the rebound there off the miss by little. LB with the shot. So no points here. A little over a minute gone here in double overtime as they call a foul on Bibbs. By the Aces here after the foul. Little will do as he's done all night. Get by his defender and alley-oop to Rivers. And the Aces strike first here in double overtime. And Malcolm Martin with the lefty layup to tie the game. Aces swing the ball around the outside. 3-pointer here. That goes in. Aces up 3 halfway through this period. And we get a timeout. So we'll take a quick timeout as well. We'll be back right after that. All right, we've returned here to Best Choice Fieldhouse in double overtime, an instant classic. Instigators down 3 against the number 9 team in the country, the Nashville Aces. As we told you in the pregame, a lot is on the line here for the Aces. For one, they're on a 2-game losing streak. For 2, they could bring their record back to 500 for a win. They could avenge the sole loss that they had last year in playing the Aces one time. So a lot of the stuff going on here in this game. And for the Aces, obviously looking at national championship possibilities as the number 9 team in the country right now and looking to play up to that and carry that momentum. And so a lot on the line for both teams. Malcolm Martin will inbound the ball. LB is out. Krishan Hopkins is in after that timeout. Dave Wilburn is also in. He whips it over to Bibbs for the dunk. The Instigators pull within 1. Really good timely play by both men. We get a good look at the paint. Shot goes up. That's missed. It might have been blocked there. I'm not sure. Martin brings it up. He goes to Bell. Bell looks to push the issue. He kicks it over to Wilburn. Wilburn to Hopkins. Hopkins looking to attack. He does, but he gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Opportunity for the Instigators to take the lead here with 1:18 to go in double overtime. And no, they say that was a foul on the floor, so he will not take the free throws. That clearly looked like he was in the act of shooting to me, Jake. I don't know about you. As Rico Spikes checked in. Wilburn looking to get open. He's going to attack. He kicks out to Spikes. Spikes pump fakes for 3. Spikes nails it, and the Instigators are up 2. 138, 136, a minute to go. So Spikes, who's had an incredible night, comes through in the clutch there to put his team up 2 with less than a minute to go in this double overtime. How will the Aces respond? They'll shoot a 3 themselves. That's off. Rebound, however, goes in by Rivers, and we're tied up at 138. 40 seconds to go. Wilburn over to Spikes. Spikes looking to be the hero of the night. He's going to take it to the rim. That's called a jump ball. That ball will go to the Aces. No, it'll stay with the Instigators. Possession arrows with the Instigators. So they'll get another crack at it here with 23 seconds to go, but only 6 seconds on the shot clock. 25 seconds to go, sorry, with only 6 seconds on the shot clock as they adjust the game clock. Wilburn, he misses there. Shot clock is off now, and the Aces will get the opportunity to take the last shot should they want it. And of course, they go back to DJ Little, who looks for Moon. Moon kicks it out. 3-pointer for the win. That's no good. And we'll head, Jake, can you believe this, to a third overtime. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll return
After
right
a
after
tough
that.
game, recovery is everything. At Fisher's Cryotherapy, the official cryotherapy provider for the Hoosier State Instigators, I use whole body cryo to reduce inflammation and recover faster. For injuries, their targeted treatments get me back in action. And when I want to look and feel my best, the cryofacial and infrared sauna do the trick. Fisher's Cryotherapy, my go-to for recovery. Book your session today.
All right, Jake, we're back here. No time, as you all can see on the game clock. First team to score 10 points here in this period will win the game. So we're going with an Elam ending. 10 points, you win the game. So both teams have to be exhausted, having played 2 overtimes. And now they're having some conversation to make sure they get that rule clarified. But first team 210 will win this game. Jake, what do you make so far of the 2 overtimes that we've watched?
It's been entertaining. You could definitely tell though that it's definitely taken a little bit of a toll here, as we see some fatigue there, especially in that second overtime. Um, you know, Most of these guys aren't. We're not prepared to be playing 6 quarters, of basketball here. But still
Yeah.
back and forth, and you know, overall solid game for both of these teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams going at it, uh, competing, putting the ball in. But yeah, to your point, we're seeing folks slow down a little bit. We're not seeing as many of the explosive plays. There's still some. We're seeing more methodical basketball, win with your brain type plays. We're seeing that now, and so I expect that to continue here. First 1 to 10 points wins the game as both teams take the court. This is officially the longest game in Instigators history, and we'll get to it after the game. But this will, in my opinion, be forever the longest game in Instigators history. No game will surpass this. We'll talk about that a little bit after this game. So we got Spikes, Bell, Wilburn, Hopkins, and Martin as the 5 players for the Instigators. A little bit of conversation here. Doubt it's a situation many teams have dealt with in the ABA very often, if at all. Certainly we haven't, and so I'm glad everyone's getting clarification on the rules now. As it looks like we're going to go for a tip-off here. I believe the issue is that the game clock, Jake, has to run in order for the shot clock to work. So they have to put some time on the clock in order for the shot clock to work. So they're discussing how to do that. So that is the delay here. They put 6 minutes on the clock. That'll allow the shot clock to run. The time on the clock, though, does not matter. So for our purposes, there's no need to worry about it. It doesn't exist. If the Aces win the tip-off, they have the first chance to strike blood here. And they miss that shot. Spikes gets the ball. He'll bring it up. He finds Hopkins. Hopkins over to Wilburn. Wilburn for 3, and he hits it. So the Instigators 7 points away from the victory here. Aces need 10. Aces look to move the ball around. They drive, kick it out, and they answer back with a 3 of their own. This game's all tied up. How many times have we said that tonight? Wilburn to the hoop. He puts that in. So that's 5 points for Dame Wilburn to start this third and final period of overtime. Aces moving the ball around. They go to the hoop. We get a foul call there, so we'll pause. Some discussion with the scorers table. And it looks like it's an and one opportunity. Something that's happened for the Aces quite a bit tonight, these and one opportunities. They're going to shoot the ball as the refs get together here. A lot of conversations, but they will get one free throw here. A lot of confusion in this third overtime, Jake.
Yeah, you don't face too many overtime opportunities here in the ABA, so it's a learning curve for everyone involved.
Yep. We'll get the shot here. So that goes in. So now the Aces take the lead 6-5. In the ABA, a half court shot's 4 points, so technically the Aces are within one shot of winning this game. Skaters swinging around again, the number 9 team in the country, facing off against your Hoosier State Instigators, who performed admirably. Rashawn to the hoop. He's hit those all night. That one doesn't go, however. He gets called for the foul, and that will go. The ball gets off of him, I'm sorry, and that will go to the Aces. So Instigators need to clamp down on defense here. Tough shot. That doesn't go. Bell with the rebound. He kicks it out. Wilburn takes it up and it. No, that doesn't go. He's got all 5 points for the Instigators in this period, but that one does not fall for him. Pass underneath to Moon. The Instigators now need to make some stops. Kicked over to Bell. Bell will go to the hoop. He's going to kick it back out to Martin. Martin for 3, and he cans it. So Martin has tied the game. Next bucket wins the game, Jake. Aces with the advantage as they have the ball. They kick it over. McClure goes for the bucket. That doesn't go. He gets blocked. And Spikes kicks it over to Malcolm Martin. Martin back to Spikes. And Rico Spikes is fouled. If he gets 2 free throws, he has a chance to win this game. As you can just see the utter exhaustion from all the players, hands on their knees, walking around. So Rico Spikes, with 2 shots, can send the Instigators into an instant classic victory over Nashville Aces. So Spikes hits the first one. So now, Rigo Spikes, 1 shot away. If he puts this in, Instigators win. If he misses, however, the Aces will get an opportunity. And he hits it. Rico Spikes with the walk-off victory for the Hoosier State Instigators. Jake, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be back to break down all of the action in one of the best basketball games I have ever seen. We'll be back right after
Hey, it's Jakey Muffins here in warm and sunny Florida, but there's no place I'd rather be than at Best Choice Fieldhouse in Fishers, Indiana for the next Hoosier State Instigators home game. You can go over to www.apexofsports.com, click on the tickets link at the top of the page, and get your game tickets for our next home game. We have 3 and 5 game packages as well to help save yourself some money. I hope to see you at the next home game, and when you're there, be sure, as always, to be great and instigate.
Jake, what a game. Before we break it down, though, I want to address the kind of elephant in the room for those of you who watch this broadcast diligently. Jake and I had a conversation about this. The ABA rules are unique. And one of those unique rules has to do with overtime. So, Jake, could you give us a refresher on what the overtime rules in an ABA game are supposed to be?
Yeah, if you watch the rules video that we play beforehand, we got to update some of them, but one of them that is correct is that 3:10 and out overtime rule. So it is a 3-minute period for the first overtime. If there's a tie after that, it then should go to the first to 10 points after. So should just be the one overtime at 3 minutes, and then after that it goes to the Elam ending.
Yeah, that's right. And instead, we played 2 4-minute overtimes and then did the Elam ending. So, you know, one, I just want to say, I don't blame the officials for not knowing that rule. It's something that you should know as an official. We'd hope they'd know. But honestly, one of the things that we have talked about, we need to advocate more for as owners of an ABA franchise is training for referees. And this was a great example. I don't know if you know this, Jake, but how they got to the Elam ending. So I was home sick. I sound sick now, right? I've been sick. And I'm watching the game on the live stream because I have a Patreon subscription. If you don't have one, you should get one. Not you, Jake. I know you have one, but I'm talking to the viewers. And we go to overtime, which there's a delay on the stream because of the AI, but I see them put 4 minutes on the clock, and I text Robert, who's there, one of our owners, and I was like, "Why are we like doing a 4-minute overtime?" And Rob's like, "Well, we're in double overtime right now because like again, there's a delay." And I said, "Rob, it's 3:10 and out." And so I text him the rule, and Robert actually goes over to the referees after the second overtime, clarifies the rule with them. They were super great about it. They were doing what they knew. And so my hope is that ABA officiating training gets better because our officials need those resources because our rules are so different than the NBA or college or high school. And I love most of the rules that we have. I'm a huge proponent for the rules that the ABA has. I think it makes the game more exciting. I think it makes it more viewer friendly. I think it makes it quicker. But we got to make sure that our refs are well equipped and that our coaches are well equipped to know those things. So, we talk to our coaches after the game and we'll make sure that they know those rules. Hopefully, they never have that rule again. We want to put that elephant in the room first. So that's why I said during the broadcast, this will forever be the longest game in Instigators history because we will never go into another triple overtime unless they change the rules.
Yeah.
So that being said, break down the game for us.
Man, that was crazy. I mean, if you look at all the games we played, obviously that's the longest game, but I think that's kind of got to be the craziest game we played.
Yeah.
Being down double digits in the first half, coming back, having the lead by double digits at the end of the game in the fourth quarter, and then going into overtime. Obviously it didn't go 100% according to the rules there, but just the back and forth from both of the teams, no quit from either one of them. It's just it's ABA basketball at its finest.
It really was. It's the best game in Instigators history, in my opinion. It's a short history, but I think that's going to be a tough one to beat. Multiple game winning opportunities. We had, you have buzzer beaters in basketball, but because of the ABA and the Elam ending, that's a walk off free throw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rico Spikes, the first player to ever do it for us, win a game on a free throw, no time on the clock because there is no time to win the game. Incredible ending. And honestly, for me, it was fitting that Rico was the guy that hit that shot because he played lights out. And you could tell we saw him on the sideline cramping up, I think. We saw him right before he took those free throws cramping up. We saw a little bit of emotion and fatigue with him as he was taking the free throws. What a gutsy performance by him, the entire Instigators team, and also the Nashville Aces. Hats off to them because they played an incredible game as well. And unfortunately, only one team could win. Luckily for us, it was us, right? It was the Instigators who knocked off. Oh, and by the way, the number 9 team in the country as an unranked team, right?
Yeah.
And so that game had everything for me. I wanted to make sure we highlighted 2 players in particular, Rico Spikes and Lawrence Boyd. Rico with 28 points, 12 rebounds, a double-double. He also had 5 assists, but he shot 83% from the field, Jake. And LB, who shot 61% from the field, also had a double-double with 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. hats off to both of those guys. Played an amazing game. Malcolm Martin played a huge game as well. Who else stood out to you that you saw in that game?
Yeah, I think Malcolm would be the other guy. We saw him hit several big shots throughout the game. And then I think Bibbs as well defensively with his presence, a couple of big blocks there throughout the
Yeah.
game as well.
Yeah, he had 3 blocks in the game. I think Malcolm had 30 points, was the leading scorer, led all players in scoring, clutch shots. So I wish we could talk about all of the players and their stats because everyone played so well. Meanwhile, we got a new challenge coming up next week. Um, for the first time since the playoffs last year, we have a back-to-back.
Mhm.
Um, and we scheduled a back-to-back on purpose this year. We actually scheduled 2 of them to prepare our team for that playoff opportunity, should we get it, right? Where we play multiple games in multiple days. Um, I think one of the things that I think is super important to remember is that, like, kids, when you're youth, playing basketball all day, every day, super easy, right? When you come off a double overtime game, you go to practice during the week, you have a home game, and then you turn around and travel to Michigan the next day to play another game, and you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, that's not as easy as it used to be. And so we want to give our guys the opportunity to experience that. We play the Midwest Monsters and on Saturday, and then we turn around and play the Michigan Blaze on Sunday. But we end a 2-game win streak or losing streak. Now we got an opportunity to win 3 games in 7 days, Jake. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think last year that was something that once we got into the play-in tournament, we kind of realized like that's something we're gonna have to make
Yeah.
make a change this year, and get our guys a little bit more prepared because, like you said, that is a lot of basketball, and these guys have full-time jobs too. So it's
Yeah.
not just they're not just playing basketball, they're playing basketball, they're practicing, and they're working a full-time job on top of that. So it's a lot to ask of these guys, but I think they're definitely going to step up to the challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last group I want to shout out, the crowd was into this game. I don't know if you could hear them, but it was great. They were into the game. One of the things I love about Best Choice, we've talked about it before, but that unique environment where everyone's right up to not just the court, but to the camera. We can hear sometimes your conversations, but also when you're cheering on the team. And so when you go to an Instigators game, make sure you're doing that. It's a great environment for the players, home and away, but it's also a great environment for us as we're watching it back and doing these restreams. So shout out to the crowd. Meanwhile, Jake, you're coming up to Indiana and maybe Michigan next week, so I will see you in person soon.
Yeah.
But until then, I think we're going to end this broadcast. Instigators win technically 148 to 146, although you could also say 10-8. You could say all kinds of numbers. But the Instigators win the game, beat the number 9 team in the country, pull the upset, and their 2-game losing streak, and we're undefeated in 2025. So no better way to start. So until next time, be great, instigate, and go Gators.